So I was driving around last night in Charlotte for work. My power steering went out and my car overheated instantly. What had happened was, this is the supercharger belt. That's fine, I took that off. But the accessory drive belt shredded. And I couldn't figure out why, because everything turned smoothly. And then I noticed the harmonic balancer. You can see the two rows for the two different belts. That's not supposed to be loose. Not only does it turn, it also, if you can see it, it travels back and forth way too much. So I'm still stuck, but I'm home now. And this part will be delivered tomorrow, but I don't know what time. So what I'll do is I'll make a video on replacing that also. And maybe I'll just edit them together so you can see what it is here and when it's fixed. Somehow my video got cut when I was showing where the harmonic balancer lives. Well, what I was saying is I've started removing all of this here to get the alternator out. I still have to get the battery wire off the back of the alternator, I believe it is. And we'll see if we can update you after that. So I'm back with part 2 on the Audi Harmonic Balancer pulley that failed on me. This is out of the Q7 Audi 2011 model. There's going to be 8 triple square. This is size M10, which is that one right there. So this is what happened. Apparently there's a rubber O-rings inside here, and this just got old and deteriorated, allowing the separation of the two steel pieces. Hold on one second. As you can see, that ain't good. But it's, there we go. It did pop out. Not supposed to do that. Look at this big chunk of rubber missing. This is the first time I've actually separated the two pieces, so this is not something that I pre-set up. This is the first time I'm seeing this rubber insert like this. I just know that there's a separation that should be occurring. This is different than some aftermarket products I've seen. So no fixing that. Not for me anyway. I'm a novice. So anyway, what I did is I went to Euro Parts, ordered their crankshaft pulley off of AutoZone.com. And as everybody who deals with these vehicles knows, there's one hole that sits a little higher than the rest from the center hole. And thankfully, they've marked either side of that hole with markings, and I just carried that over with a Sharpie. I did open this one before. Anyway, there's the new part. Now I did run into something else. I ran into a problem with the alternator. It's not turning as freely as it should. What had happened was, this was not the issue. What had happened was the engine ran long enough to get some of the belt chunks of rubber up underneath, so I've got to remove this and clean it, put it back together. And there's where the harmonic balancer resides. What I did is I took off the pipe and the crossbar that goes underneath the radio, right? Well, the harmonic balancer is in place and torqued down. The torque spec is 17 foot-pounds or 23 Newton meters. The most difficult part about this was dealing with the alternator. Removal wasn't terrible. It was a little tight and snug. Installation was no better. But to make room for myself, I had to remove all these coolant pipes. And I forgot what they call that. That's not coolant. But I had to remove from the radiator all the way up and around here. Did not know, wasn't expecting that the alternator was liquid cooled as well. That is a pain. But I got the pulley off and I dug the rubber out from around it. Probably should have made a video on that, but not everybody's going to have the same issue. This was fun. Not really, but all I did was I had to take out the radiator cooling fans. I didn't take the radiator out, and I didn't take the front bumper off, and I was able to access everything with my hands and my tools. And that's going to be about it. I'll probably do one last video of it running so you can see that I did it successfully. Hopefully.